cyclical virus. So, and maybe both of you could comment on this, and Dr. Birx as well. Are you prepared for this to strike again, say, in the fall? All the efforts that are taking place right now to contain this, to be proactive, and
we're prepared. I hope it doesn't happen. Doctor, would you like to say something about that? I hope it doesn't happen, but we're certainly prepared.
In fact, I would anticipate that that would actually happen because of the degree of transmissibility. However, if you come back in the fall, it will be a totally different ballgame of what happened when we first got hit with it in the beginning of this year. There will be several things that will be different. Our ability to go out and be able to test, identify, isolate, and contact trace will be orders of magnitude better than what it was just a couple of months ago. In addition, we have a number of clinical trials that are looking at a variety of therapeutic interventions. We hope one or more of them will be available. And importantly, as I mentioned to you many times at these briefings, is that we have a vaccine that's on track and multiple other candidates. So I would anticipate that, a year to a year and a half, we'd be able to do it under an emergency use. If we start seeing an efficacy signal, we may be able to even use a vaccine at the next season. So things are going to be very, very different. What we're going through now is going to be more than just lessons learned. It's going to be things that we have available to us that we did not have before.
Okay, please, go ahead.
Scott Gottlieb, your former FDA commissioner, wrote a roadmap for recovery after the coronavirus.
Very interesting. I saw it.
He suggests, the roadmap suggests that everybody wear a mask in public. Is that something that the task force thinks is a good idea?
Well, we haven't discussed it to that extent, but it's certainly something we could discuss. We're getting certainly the number of masks that you need. We are in the process of talking about things. I saw his suggestion on that, so we'll take a look at it for a period of time, not forever. I mean, we want our country back. We're not going to be wearing masks forever, but it could be for a short period of time. After we get back into gear, I could see something like that happening for a period of time, but I would hope it would be a very limited period of time. Doctors, they'll come back and say for the rest of our lives we have to wear masks.
The roadmap also talks about doing GPS for social distancing, maybe following people's phones, and hotels for isolation for people, giving them free hotel rooms. Are those ideas that you're looking at?
Well, the GPS, that's a very severe idea. I've been hearing about it, GPS. So what happens, a siren goes off if you get too close to somebody? That's pretty severe, but he's somebody, he was with me for a long time. They did a great job at FDA, so we're taking a look. I just received it a little while ago. He sent it over, so very good. Go ahead, let's give it a shot.
What do you say to Americans who are upset with you over the way you downplayed this crisis over the last couple of months? We have it very much under control in this country. The coronavirus is very much under control in the USA. It's going to disappear. It's like a miracle. It will disappear. March 4th, we have a very small number of people in this country infected. March 10th, we're prepared. We're doing a great job with it. It will go away. Just stay calm. It will go away. What do you say to Americans who believe that you got this wrong?
And I do want them to stay calm, and we are doing a great job. If you look at those individual statements, they're all true. Stay calm. It will go away. You know it is going away, and it will go away, and we're going to have a great victory. And it's people like you and CNN that say things like that, it's why people just don't want to listen to CNN anymore. You could ask a normal question. The statements I made are, I want to keep the country calm. I don't want panic in the country. I could cause panic much better than even you. I would make you look like a minor league player. But you know what? I don't want to do that. I want to have our country be calm and strong and fight and win. And it will go away. And it is incredible, the job that all of these people are doing, putting them all together, the job that they're doing. I am very proud of the job they're doing, that Mike Pence is doing, that the task force has done, that Honeywell and Procter & Gamble and Mike and all of these people have done. I'm very proud. It's almost a miracle, and it is, the way it's all come together. And instead of asking a nasty, snarky question like that, you should ask a real question. And other than that, I'm going to go to somebody else. Please, go ahead, please.
You expressed some concern in the past that medical supplies were going out the back door, and that perhaps
Yeah.
some hospitals were doing things
Well,
worse
I
than hoarding.
expressed what was told to me by a tremendous power in the business. He said that at a New York hospital, for a long period of time, he was giving 10,000, maybe maximum 20,000 masks over a short time, and all of a sudden he's giving 300,000. And I said, no matter how bad this is, could that be possible? He said, no. So there's only a couple of things that could happen. Is it going out the back door? And I've reported it to the city and let the city take a look at it. But when you go from 10,000 masks to 300,000 masks, Mike, over the same period of time, there's something going on. Now, I'm not making any charges, but when everyone's looking for masks, and by the way, that's another thing, we're making a lot of masks, and the sterilization process is going to save a lot of time and a lot of masks. But when you have the biggest distributor of product that distributes to many of the big hospitals and hospital chains, and he brings up a statistic like that, and I know you're trying to make a big deal out of it, but you shouldn't be. You should actually go over to the hospital and find out why. You shouldn't be asking me. I'm just saying that's the way it is. You should go over there as a great reporter. I have no idea who you are, but that's okay. You should go over there, go to the hospital, and find out how come you used to get 10,000 masks and you had a full hospital. New York City, always full. And how come now you have 300,000 masks, despite the virus at all? You have three. How do you go from 10 to 300,000? And this is very serious stuff. I mean, I could see from 10 to 20 or from 10 to 40 or 50 or something. But how do you go from 10 to 300,000 masks? So what I think you should do is I'm sure you're a wonderful investigative reporter. You should go to the hospital and find out why. Okay, yeah.
Your DOJ to look into it, sir?
Steve?
It's interesting what Trump was saying. He's in a sense, for 50 of the governors, that question that he got that was critical, and he shot back. And he was saying, we've only got 2 cases, we've only got 4, we'll get it under control. And the woman who spoke earlier, and then the gentleman who spoke before, after that, the experts on the virus, as well as Trump is doing his job as the president. And so it really is brought home to the 50. It's multiplied from Trump to the 50 governors, that the importance of any type of little mistake that Trump had made in the past with the whole country is then not replicated, or it is not duplicated. It is tamped down, if to use the word for the virus. And so that's one of the beautiful things of having the leads from the mayors, the leads from the governors, and so even though that guy gets challenged, both it's like a school and how to be a good journalist. He gives a hard time to one, reward and punishment, and then says to the others, well, go over and sort out the back door. And what we're talking about is they get these masks given to them for free, for example, from the federal government, and then they're going and selling them at $10 a mask and shooting them all out the back door, and someone's making some money in bits and pieces at a time. So not only do you have price gouging of supermarkets, but you've also got people that are lifting certain products and making money on the way through. So there's going to be a huge shakedown with this virus at a number of different levels, and this is just one of them. So just getting back to those 2 questions. So I just want you to know, even though he was challenged on the virus taking hold, will the clampdown and the improvements of the country through the governors be a medicine, that herd response? And as I said, there's lots of innovation coming. Innovation to do with the masks being cleansed 20 times with hydrogen peroxide, new tests, and the creativity. And like they said, if it comes back, they're ready to go, because we know that this virus is a real gentle virus in the sense, even though it's got a 1% death rate, there's possibilities of other viruses that come which could be 80% death rate. And so the methods in that they're learning now, like an immunity, and so other countries of the world are following suit. So it's going to be a long, interesting test to see which language group, which country, which form of government, which form of media, form of finance, if it's a gold and silver standard as it is in the Constitution, or it's fiat paper money with fractional reserve banking. All of these things are being tested globally at the moment, and it's going to be wonderful just to see how this shakes out in the next 150 years.